Hey, YouTube. It's Maureen Doss, the virtual workhorse here. We're live for behind the scenes. Going to be kind of a quick one today because I have an appointment I need to get to, and I've been out running around all morning. I literally, the week, 2 weeks before Christmas, whatever it is, went to the UPS store and went to the post office today. I know it sounds crazy, but living on the edge. So but I was like, I want to go live. I want to come on YouTube and go live today. Just a few things that I've been working on. My team has been working on. So you guys have heard me talk a lot because it's been a really big project of ours about the integration that we've been doing for a big client that we have for their leads inbox coming in um, to the salespeople, that six or seven salespeople now. The leads come in. We created an integration to where they come in automatically. They go into our Workhorse Hub, which is our white labeled CRM for Go High Level. And they automatically create a contact, and then they automatically create an opportunity in the correct sales pipeline. And so we've been working on that for a couple of weeks. And I went out to the client Friday to train them on that. And the CEO and the IT department were there, and a couple of other people. Everybody else, they're kind of remote. And so we were rolling that out, and he said, I want to test it right now. And even though I knew they were going to test it, and we had tested it several times, my heart kind of stopped, and I think I felt sweaty, or maybe I just thought it felt sweaty, but I was like, okay, let's do this. And I was like, okay. And so he was like, I'm going to send a lead right now just to see how it works. And, telling you it was like 1 second, and he was like, it doesn't work. And I was like, no, it's okay. Like, we have to give it a couple of minutes. It's not instantaneous. And so I think it took 2, maybe 3 minutes, and the lead popped up in the CRM, and we're watching it. And we all have our computers up. And then we pull up the opportunity inside of the CRM, and I'm going to go ahead and screen share. I can't share their lead, of course, because I can't share, their information. But what I'll do is I'll share my demo account and just kind of show you how it comes up. But and so what happened after that was we went through line item by line item to see what came over, because they have a big form, that comes in to the lead email. And so they wanted to see how every line item came over, and make sure it was how they wanted it. And then we would make changes if we weren't pulling over the right information into the proper categories. And that's how everything works, right? We have the first iteration, and then we go over it with the client. If we need to make changes, we do. So let me just pull up the demo account here. And so we did that. And then he said, I'm going to send another one. And I'm going to send another one. And so he's sending 2 and 3 at a time. And he wants to make sure like they're coming in the order that he's sending them. And I'm like, okay, wow. Like, let's do this, like full blown, just send over all the leads. And so they're coming in, and, and they're kind of like, they want to see it like this, and this. And so I'm like, praising my team in my head. And I have my phone out because I'm taking notes. I'm taking notes in Asana. I'm taking notes on my phone. I'm taking notes in WhatsApp, sending my team. I'm like, you did it. You did, amazing job. They just want to change this, or they want to change that, or can we make this happen? Or, and so it was really, it's really like so many emotions going on. And so it was pretty cool. Okay, so let me now that I have this pulled up, let me share my screen here, and I will show you like how it was coming in. Screen share here, share screen, entire screen. Screen 2. All right, let's make sure. I believe that we are not having a black screen this time. As you guys know that have been following me, I had an issue with that a couple of times. Virtual workforce YouTube. So let me just check here. All right. Okay, guys, I'm going to go with it. I don't think that we have a black screen, but we're going to, okay, I think we're good. All right, guys. So basically here's our CRM workhorse hub, which is our white label, go high level. And as you see, we're in the opportunities over here. And so this is the demo account, as I do not want to show my clients information. And so as you can see, they might have, a couple of different pipelines. And so the lead would come in, create a contact, and then immediately create an opportunity in the pipeline that we choose. This is part of the automation. Okay. And so Megna is my one of my assistants. And so basically, what we were doing was we had this open, and my client was sending leads in from the inbox that the leads would come into and just sit in, basically. And he was pushing them into one of the sales people. You can probably hear my teenage daughter and my niece downstairs making Ninja Creamies. If so, they're down there giggling, making Ninja Creamies. But anyway, so basically we were sitting there. We had about 4 computers open. Everybody was watching their computers, watching for the leads to pop up in the CRM. Okay. So all of a sudden we'd be like, yes, here it is. Okay. And so it would pop up, and then we would go through the information, like category, like box by box. Okay. And so for theirs, we would go through and make sure that what was populating in these fields were what they wanted to populate. Okay. And so like for the opportunity source, we were making sure that this was the information that they wanted to populate there, since it was all coming in from a certain inbox. Was this the information that they wanted to populate? And so all of this information was populating. And so we went over some of this. They wanted to make a few different changes. And so we took note of the changes. Team is working on that now, and we'll then go back out to the client next week and present that to them, and hopefully then be ready to roll that out to their team. So it was super exciting. Super exciting. So yeah, I won't bore you to death anymore with that, because I know I've talked a lot about that today, and a couple of times last week I've talked about this automation, but it was pretty cool. We had 6, I say 6, there's a part-time salesperson too, 7 salespeople that we had to automate this for. And so that's pretty cool. And so the other thing that I said we were going to talk about today was the calendar. And so for the calendar, we usually use the calendar and the scheduler link a little bit different. And so I wanted to talk about that a little bit, because what usually the way people use the scheduler is, if you're familiar with Calendly or, Acuity or anything like that, you send out your scheduler link to other people. I have my scheduler link inside of my, I'll just show you in my email. So basically I have schedule a call right here. So I basically have let our team of expert virtual assistants run your office so you can focus on growing your business, schedule a call now. And so I have the schedule a call link in my email right there. And so people can schedule a call anytime they want to with me. And so that's how I use my scheduler. I'll send out a link anytime. And so my scheduler is linked to my Google calendars, multiple Google calendars, and it will check, of course, and all of my availability and won't let anyone schedule. But this particular client, he's a little bit different. He only wants to use it for his team, so his employees. He only wants to use it for his employees. And so, since I'm just in the demo account, I won't go too much into it. But basically, if we're in calendars here, we would go into calendar settings. And so we would just go over here and just edit. And so we would basically be, so this morning we were in his account. And so that's how it knows that we're pulling from his calendar. We would already have we have his Google and we have his Outlook calendar synced. So when we were going in here and we're in his, um, account, it's looking at his calendar information. Okay. And so when we're setting this up, it's pulling from his calendar. And so let's say, like my calendars, I can show you my calendars. I have about 10 different calendars. But if we're creating one, we would just say this one, like I have one called Coffee Chat. If it's just with people online that are like, oh, let's schedule a call and they want to chat for, like, I don't know, I have mine for 25 minutes. Um, you know, I have a graphic in here that I made in Canva. You can make in Canva to make it, your calendar logo. You can put a brief description in here. Hi, um, let's get to know each other. Or this could be a sales call, this could be your sales call calendar, and things like that. You can change this down here and it could be coffee chat. And so as you can see, that's kind of already taken. So we might need to change it. We'll just change it to coffee chat. Of course, it's not going to let me use that because we've probably already used that a lot. We'll change it to that. Okay. And so all of this we can change. And then we can choose different team members that this calendar is for. There's advanced settings here. And then over here, we can choose different availability, but also because of the type of calendar that we're using, it's going to check our Google and or Outlook, whatever calendars we have synced with it. If we want them to fill out some type of form before they book with us, or make a payment, say this is a paid call, we can set that up right here. Okay. Um, Now, here's where you're going to set up all of those notifications that are going to go out with your calendar. Like, you want a notification that someone booked an appointment. You want your client or the person that scheduled with you to get a notification. Any of that's going to be in here. And so for each one of these, you can come in here and you can set this up. Okay. Is it the contact? Is it the assigned user that's getting the notification? Is there an additional email going out? Are you getting this in the app or are you getting it in the email? Okay. And so all of these, we can turn that on and you can literally set up notifications galore if you need them. Okay. I have some clients that are like, oh, yeah, I get text messages. I just ignore them. Right. Or I get an email. I just ignore them. Maybe you need 4 reminders that you have an appointment, and that's cool. We can do that for you too. And you can also come in here and say, you want the customer that's scheduling with you to get the 2-hour reminder, the 10-minute reminder, the 30-minute reminder, whatever interval you want those reminders to be. Do you want them to be able to cancel? Do you want them to be able to reschedule? Do you want a notification if they cancel or reschedule? All of that stuff can be set up in here, and you're just going to come over here and use the little pencil to edit. Okay. Several different ways to configure this in here. Okay. And then even more customizations here. Do you want to use a calendar widget? Do you want to have the calendar cover image? And we can go into this. I know, like, I'm going through this really quickly. So, your colors, background color, primary color, all of that can be done in here. And then even let's say that, like for me, I have a team. And so some people may want to schedule with Megna, or some people may want to schedule with Pam. And so, we have a calendar where they can schedule, choose who they are needing to schedule with. And so that would be where allow staff selection during booking would be on. So these are just some calendar, but let's say for that one client, um, that I was talking about, he is just basically using this for his employees to schedule a call with him, and see his availability. And so basically, the only difference would be is that he's not really sharing the scheduler link out in public. He's just sharing it with his employees, and that's fine too. And so basically, what would happen is after you create the link, so here you can copy the code. You can get you can say share right here. So here's something really cool. You can copy this scheduling link. And if you look right here, it says this scheduling link is determined by a slug. Adjust the slug, and the scheduling link automatically adapts to the modification. So this one can change every time you use it. And then this one is a permanent link. And so this is the one that you would use for your funnels, and it remains constant. Okay. And you can even get the code if you want to embed this on your website, or something like that. Okay. Um, and then if you want to generate a new link or something like that, you can just click here and generate a new link. Okay. And so I'll show you mine real quick, and then I'm probably going to have to hop off for today. But if we, let me just stop sharing real quick so I don't share any pertinent information. But I'm just going to show you how I have the multiple calendars. And of course, one thing I love, because when you go into Calendly, it has such limitations as far as pricing. When you start adding more calendars and adding more options like the workflows and things like that, it starts charging you and charging you and upcharging you. And so I really love things that are like one price and you don't get in there. Kind of like HubSpot does that. They're like, "Oh, it's free." And then you get in there and you start using other things. They're like, "Oh, I'm sorry, you have to pay for that." And so Calendly does that. And so when you use the Workforce Hub, like my CRM, you get like one price and then you get all the features. And the only time there's like an upcharge is if you want to use like the website or you want to have a membership. And then those are just different pricing levels. They're not upcharges. Upfront that that's not included unless you want to pay. And so here you go. So you can look here at my calendars that I have here, and you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8. Well, this really isn't one. I don't use that. So I have 7 calendars in here. So the sales call, people that are new to the Workforce Hub. I have my podcast interview here, discovery call, consulting call, kickoff call, and a coffee chat. And so yeah, and so the reason that I have so many is because they all have different availability. And so like coffee chat is pretty kind of open. It's only like, as you see, it's only 25 minutes. The consulting call is a 60-minute, and the mom talk interview is 60-minute. And this one is 45. And so some of them have different workflows with them, different automations that link to them, like new to the Workhorse Hub, like we'll have a 45-minute call. And then, some different emails and automations will go out after that. So same thing with the sales call. And so we can get into like the workflows and everything one day. If you guys want to get into that, that would be cool. But that's what I'm working on today. And in my mompreneur world, I have been running around, like I said, to UPS and to the post office. Got a kid downstairs making Ninja Creamies. I got to run to an appointment. And I got to check on my webinar participants that came last week and see, how my workflows are going out after that, and see if anyone's scheduled some calls with me. I want to nurture those people. Check on my team. I have 6 virtual assistants that work for me, taking care of my clients. And I also had a call with my project manager today. Um, And yeah, so that's what's up in the virtual workhorse world today. I hope you enjoyed this live behind the scenes. If you have topics that you would like to see about automations, Workhorse Hub on Go High Level, um, automations, workflows, calendars, funnels, um, client relations, send me a message. I'll be glad to do a live for you. See you next time.